Good morning, students. Standard 9, Subject History, Chapter 7, Science and Technology, Module 2. Students, in today's module, we will learn how science integrated with technology has worked wonders and has helped India in becoming a militarily strong nation to defend itself from any outside incursions. Students, you must have witnessed the military might of India that was displayed at the Republic Day parade on 26th of January this year. It also takes place every year. So India's military might was on full showcase at Rajpath. Anti-satellite weapons mission Shakti developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO, Army's battle tank Bhishma, infantry combat vehicles, Air Force's newly inducted Chinook and Apache helicopters, in addition to the tableau depicting Akash and Astra missiles and Navy's prowess, all reiterated India's strength to defend the nation. The national flag was unfurled, followed by the national anthem with a booming 21 gun salute. Students, we shall find out and we'll learn what is the formidable arsenal that India has. India has surface to surface missiles, it has intermediate range ballistic missiles, it has intercontinental range ballistic missiles, it has submarine launched ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, short range surface to air missiles, anti-tank guided missiles, anti-ballistic missiles. Above all, students, with the stress being laid on being Atmanirbhar, in the years to come, our country will produce more artilleries and nuclear missiles indigenously. Let us understand how it all started. The Integrated Guided Missile Development Program was conceived with the objective of developing a range of guided missiles that provides India with a stellar military might and also serve as a deterrent for our not so friendly neighbors like China and Pakistan. The missiles, after having been duly tested, are then inducted into the armed forces. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who worked with the ISRO and was closely involved in the development of a satellite launch vehicle SLV-3, was inducted into the IGMD program in 1980. Because of the success achieved by India in the Guided Missile Development Program under his stewardship, he came to be known as the Missile Man of India. Prithvi. Let us understand the various missiles developed by India one by one. The first is Prithvi. It's a surface to surface ballistic missile. India's prowess with regard to guided missile development came into prominence when the Prithvi missile was test fired in 1988. Thus, the entire world took note of India's program of developing nuclear missiles indigenously. What do we have in stock in India? The missile inventory of India has the Prithvi missile system. It is a surface to surface short range ballistic missile. It has three variants: Prithvi 1, Prithvi 2, and Prithvi 3. The naval operational variant of Prithvi 1 and Prithvi 2 class missiles are codenamed Dhanush, meaning bow, and are meant for surface targets. The range is estimated to be between 150 and 400 kilometers. Dhanush has already been inducted into service and was successfully test fired from the Indian Navy Sukanya class offshore patrol vessel on in 2019. It is capable of carrying nuclear warheads in the range of up to 300 kilometers. Next is the Agni missile system. The Agni missile system are intercontinental ballistic missile. These are medium to intercontinental, that is, medium meaning it can shoot up to the range of 5,500 kilometers. Intercontinental means it can be shot from one continent to the other, so it has a range of 5,500 kilometers. The Agni series comprises the following missile variants: Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4, and Agni 5. The first picture that you see here shows you the dates when these missiles when the tests for these missiles were conducted, as well as the range, the range these missiles have. The second picture shows you that if New Delhi is located here on this side of the continent, if the ballistic missile is shot, that is, if Agni, which is an intercontinental ballistic missile, if it is shot, it can go across to the other continent, that is Europe, and it can hit its target accurately. Whereas the first picture shows you that India, the Agni 1, which has a range of 700 kilometers, Agni 2, which has a range of 2000 kilometers, has the ability to reach the northernmost part of China. The missile can target almost all of Asia, including Pakistan and China, and even Europe. This is what is meant by intercontinental. Another better version of the Agni missile, Agni 6 or Surya, is still under development. Its range is 8,000 to 12,000 kilometers. Agni's pioneer, again, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he would always turn poetic when talking about it. Friends, he would say, you now have the fire to touch the Agni, he had once written in his notebook. Moving on to the next, the Akash missile system. The indigenously developed Akash missile is a medium-range surface-to-air missile. It is a multi-target, multi-directional, all-weather air defense missile system consisting of surveillance and tracking radars for defending the vulnerable areas against the medium-range air targets. It could be in high altitude, it could be in the lower altitude. It has supersonic, that is, it moves at more than the speed of sound. So it has a supersonic speeds ranging from Mach 2.8 to 3.5. It is capable of neutralizing aerial targets like cruise missiles, fighter jets, unmanned aerial vehicles, and air-to-surface missiles. That is, if any enemy missile is found in the sky, the Akash missile is used to neutralize it, used to destroy it. With the increasing threat of missile nuclear strike from North Korea, the Akash missile provides the necessary defense against any airstrike. The Nag anti-missile tank system. With the successful trial of the weapon, Army will no longer be dependent on imports from either Israel or the US or Europe for the range of 4 kilometers. This is a third generation fire and forget anti-tank missile, that is, it is capable to destroy a tank. It is capable of the Spike missiles were purchased after the Galwan incident on June 15th last year, after which both India and China deployed troops along the line of actual control in Ladakh. You must be aware of it if you have been constantly tracking the news. The Galwan Valley clash which happened between the Indian and the Chinese soldiers. So after that, there was a need to deploy a tank over there and a missile, an anti-tank missile over there. So the need for an anti-tank missile was sorely felt after China amassed its artillery, rockets, and tanks in the occupied Aksai Chin area to to fight against India. Hence, the Nag missile, that is the anti-missile tank system, has been inducted into the eastern Ladakh sector. Students, apart from these missiles, India has in its arsenal the more powerful Helena, one of the most advanced anti-tank weapons of the world. The BrahMos cruise missile, Shaurya missile, the SLBM, that is the submarine launched ballistic missile, Sagarika, the K4, Nirbhay missile, Astra missile, Prahar missile, etc. In this way, India has militarily become secure due to the production of these missiles. I hope you must have understood the chapter so far. Students, to revise this part of the chapter, please refer to your textbook. In the next module, we will learn about the space development, the space research, and how India has advanced and been able to successfully and indigenously build and launch its own satellite. Till then, goodbye and thank you. Have a nice day.